Hello, classmates and professor. This is a presentation about the topic job interview. My name is AlexanderCarrillo Rodriguez, and this presentation is done for the subject English B1 of my major in industrial engineer. First, the objective of this presentation or the main goal of this work is to learn how to make an effective job interview, giving you recommendations about what to do before, during, and after this important situation. Before this, I would like to define what a job interview is. A job interview is one of the most important steps to get a job. During this process, a potential employee is assessed by an employer which is looking for the right person to fill a vacancy job. Most of the times, a job interview lasts just 10 to 15 minutes, and while this short period of time, you have to prove your value as a person and show your knowledge as a professional. I would like to elaborate a little more in what a job interview is. I made a little research and I found in Wikipedia page about this topic this little reading. A job interview is a one-on-one interview consisting of a conversation between a job applicant and a representative of an employer, which is conducted to assess whether the applicant should be hired or not. Interviews are one of the most popularly used devices for employee selection. Interviews vary in the extent to which the questions are structured, from a totally unstructured and free-wheeling conversation to a structured interview in which an applicant is asked about a predetermined list of questions in a specified order. Structured interviews are usually more accurate predictors of which applicants will make good employees, according to research studies. A job interview typically precedes the hiring decision. The interview is usually preceded by the evaluation of submitted resumes from interested candidates, possibly by examining job applications or reading many resumes. Next, after this screening, a small number of candidates for interviews is selected. Potential job interviews opportunities also include networking events and career fairs. The job interview is considered one of the most useful tools for evaluating potential employees. An interview also allows the candidate to assess the corporate culture and demands of the job. Multiple rounds of job interviews and/or other candidate selection methods may be used whether there are many candidates or the job is particularly challenging or desirable. An increasingly common initial interview approach is the telephone interview. This is especially common when the candidates do not live near the employer and has the advantage of keeping costs low for both sides. Since 2003, interviews have been held through video conferencing software such as Skype. Once all candidates have been interviewed, the employer typically selects the most desirable candidate or candidates and begins the negotiation of a job offer. Now I will continue with some exercises that I found about this topic. The first is, how many jobs have you had since leaving university? The answer would be, I've worked for 6 companies. Why have you changed jobs so often? Well, I wanted to earn more money. And what have you done that shows leadership? Well, I lead the sales team. I am also a chairman of a local business association. In what ways have your job changed since you joined the company? I now have more responsibility and work longer hours. Have you ever worked with a difficult person? Well, the boss in my last company wasn't easy to work with. Thank you all, classmates and professor, for the time you have given to listen this presentation.